What's up, you guys? No Confidence Gamer here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a little life story about the worst school project I ever had to do. Now, this was a group project, which I'm sure we all hate. I feel like in work, like when you're an adult and you're in a work project with other people, everyone has the same incentive of money. But when you're in school, if somebody in your group doesn't care about grades, you guys are kind of messed up. You guys, the group, suddenly have to pick up slack for another person. But anyways, I'm going to get right into that. It was nothing like that. Nobody had to pick up slack for anybody. But anyways, I'm just going to be telling you guys about this group project I had to do. I thought this would be an appropriate story because we're all about to start school, either this week when I'm uploading it or next month in September, which I've heard a lot of because of what's going on in the world right now. A lot of schools have been pushed back. But anyways, you guys, so yeah, here is the worst school project I ever had to be a part of. Now, this was a project for a class called public speaking. That's a very common class for any college major you ever have to do. You usually have to do a public speaking class. This was all over the service called Zoom. You all know Zoom, the site where all the Nelk boys did all the pranks and stuff. But anyway, so we had to do this whole project over Zoom. The whole class was over Zoom. And I would like to keep in mind, this was a year ago. This was before all the crazy stuff started to happen. This was just an optional class to take online in Zoom, you guys, which I thought was pretty dope because I feel like that's where the future is headed. I felt like that's where the future was headed before this crazy stuff started to happen, was just over online because that's kind of the stuff. Companies don't have to pay for a big office building, you guys. To be blunt with you, it just can be all online. But anyways, there's some group projects in life where you're with all your buddies, and it's just a good time, you get work done, and you had fun. Then there's group project like I was in, where you don't know anybody, you're nervous, and hope you don't fail. I didn't know anybody in this class. Nobody from my high school is in this class with me. Even if they were, I didn't really make a lot of friends in high school. I had a few good ones, don't get me wrong, but I didn't, know a lot of people. I knew a lot of people, but not many people who I'd be like, yeah, we're doing a project right now. This is the stuff. But anyways, so there was 3 people in my group. So it was a 4-person group project, but the 3 people, I'm going to give them some names. The girl was named Lisa. There was a guy who I'm going to call, the girl wasn't named Lisa, that was just the fake name I gave her. The guy I'm going to call Jeremy, and this other girl in my group, I'm going to call her Shelby. Those are just some random names, keeping their stuff off the internet. I actually told Lisa I did YouTube because we actually, I'd say kind of became friends during this project. Never told her my channel name though, because I'm weird like that. If you found this video, you must have gone down the weirdest rabbit hole on YouTube. Anyway, so we're in this group, and so the assignment was we had to find a problem and solve the problem through test results. And so I decided our problem was, what is the best donut in town, which I know the fat kid's gonna pick the donuts, ha ha ha. And then what we were gonna test them on was taste, consistency, and the overall look of the donut was something like that. But anyways, so we got all this stuff done. We actually got it a week before Halloween, and so we were kind of all, I feel like, so there was 2 people in my group who was a lot older than me, but then the other person I feel like was also trying to have fun, because this was a year ago. This was before any of the crazy stuff happened. We were all trying to go out, have fun, and enjoy our lives in Halloween. But anyways, it was just, so we're working, so we had our idea down. The idea was down the second day, and it was, I don't want to say I had the total, I came up with the donuts idea, we all kind of worked together to come up with the criteria we were going to be testing these donuts on. So that was the biggest part, but then we had to do an outline and how we're going to test them, exactly how we were all going to either meet up. We just decided to do this all over Zoom because we were all lazy, and I think we all kind of lived far away from each other. But anyways, so we did that. And then, so we had to, make an official outline. So here's the thing. We had all the pieces of the outline, like I just said, but we needed an official outline. And the girl named Shelby was like, yeah, I'll just do the official outline. We have all the pieces. It'll take me 10 minutes. And we were like, bet. So anyways, it gets closer to the due date of this outline, and we're like, hey, how's it going? No response. We're getting even closer. Hey, how's it going? No response. The day before the outline's due. Hey, this is urgent. Where the fuck are you? And then we messaged our professor, and he's like, yeah, she unfortunately dropped the class. Deal with it. And the reason why he said deal with it, I will get to in a bit. But anyway, so we're like, damn, alright. So I just make I think Jeremy actually just made the outline. He was really cool. He was a really good worker, actually. Very nice human being, I will say. He basically just made it real quick, and we turned it in. We got 100 on it. And then, so suddenly we're like, all right, we're down a person. That kind of sucks, but we can do this. We got this. And so we start kind of like scheduling Zoom meetings, and suddenly Jeremy doesn't show up. And we're just kind of like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. We hope he didn't drop as well. And so basically he messages us saying he has some personal problems going on. And we were like, all right. So then me and Lisa, we had to work really hard. And he actually did tell me the personal stuff. If you find this, I'm not going to say your personal stuff because that's none of my business. I just hope everything is okay. But absolutely, I hope everything is okay. So basically, we work really hard, and whenever Jeremy could, here's what I will say about this guy. Every time he could, he showed up and he worked hard. He made the presentation for us. He made the outline for us. He worked as hard as he could. The only thing was, he couldn't make the official Zoom meetings. Not our official Zoom meetings. He couldn't make our group Zoom meetings, but he was putting in the work. He was putting in his work for his part. He sent us his test results on his donuts. And then I think he even made the rubric for the donuts that we all graded them on. He worked very hard. He just couldn't make the Zoom meetings because of what was going on in his personal life at the time. But anyway, so me and Lisa just keep meeting on Zoom. We're working really hard. We're doing stuff. We're just basically kind of getting this project together. The day before the project's due, we somehow managed to get me, Jeremy, and Lisa all together in the Zoom meeting, and we feel good. I made an outline for everybody. We had all of our outlines printed out. The time limit was 5 minutes, which I'll get to. There is a little asterisk on that. The time minutes was 5 minutes. We're hitting the 5 minutes. We're feeling good. We're feeling great. Christopher made the presentation. Christopher felt a little worried about doing the presentation, so I was like, you know what, man? You've worked so hard. I will do this for you. We're feeling good about the presentation. We show up. I actually had a Zoom meeting with Lisa the next day. We're feeling good about the presentation. And so, yeah, we were the second group that had to go. The first group, I remember, took like 30 minutes, and I was thinking to myself, hey, that's weird. Why do they take 30 minutes? So we had to do like the history of the subject, then the test results. I remember the history took 10, the test results did 10, and then the final verdict took another 10. We're like, that's weird. They're gonna get points off. Haha. No. We were wrong. So anyways, we present. I actually feel a little bad about this. I gotta admit, I actually messed up the presentation by one slide, but it wasn't too big. We hit the 5 minutes. We felt like we did really well. Everyone, we actually did a really good job knowing when somebody was gonna speak and knowing when to stop speaking for the other person to speak. And it actually went flawlessly in that respect. I stopped speaking, Lisa started speaking. She stopped speaking, Jeremy started speaking. And it was flawless, honestly, in my opinion. I thought we did super well. If I didn't mess up the presentation, it would have been 1,000% flawless. But then, so when we're done, the teacher was like, so, you guys know that everyone was supposed to be 5 minutes, right? That's why the group before you took 30. And we're like, really? Like, he's like, yeah. But anyways, he was a nice guy. We told him everything that was going on with the group, and he had mercy on us. But anyways, that's why the whole 30 minutes thing was... It was like, yeah, we messed up. But anyways, he was a very generous guy. If you're watching this, you were awesome. You were a good teacher. But anyway, so the reason why he just said for us to deal with our group drop is because all, like, the rest of the groups also had issues. Whether they just didn't like each other, something else was going on, one of their partners dropped. It just every problem, everyone had their issues. And now here's where the lesson of this little life story comes in. We're all about to start school. We're all about to have a stressful time, especially with all the stuff going on. I just want you guys to know, no matter what, you guys will prevail. Just keep working hard and you guys will prevail. You guys just keep working hard at school, keep working hard at life, and I promise you, you'll get a good grade or something will come up. Just talk to your professor, talk to your teacher, something will come up, and I promise you, everything will be okay. That's something that I need to remind myself of a lot. I have a lot of school anxiety, but it's just, I promise you, everything will be okay. So, that's going to be the end of this life story. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.